Like they knew the matchup so well.
Well, how does Ignite mean that they know the matchup well?
Well, when I ult, it negates all of my healing, and that is pretty much what kills me in every 1v1. So I can't all in him. I can't use my ult. So the level 6 power spike is gone. And I'm pretty much useless at that point. Like my early game isn't that strong anyway.
So
And
how
I
do you know
can't
they don't
escape.
just take Ignite anyway?
Well, when I take me taking Ignite does not much. Fiora relies on self-healing, on lifesteal so much. Health items only go so far with Fiora, for example. Or I don't know, damage items. Yeah, damage items also don't do much. Because she has a set, killing time. I have to proc 4 vitals and maybe 1 or 2 more, and have to weave in a couple of auto attacks to kill them, and that has a set amount of time, even if you do it in a really really fast way, like maybe 2-3 seconds, and that's Ignite takes 6 seconds. My ult lasts for 8 seconds, so
Ignite takes 5 seconds, but close enough.
5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 5 ticks.
Yeah, well,
And I was mainly asking, why do you think that Kiana doesn't normally take Ignite in any matchup? Like, you're saying she knows the
no,
matchup,
not
but
just
she
Kiana.
probably
I
just
would
takes it
understand it for
anyway.
Kiana. She's a burst
Yeah.
champ. But I had Garen and Pantheon. Pantheon would also take Ignite, I guess. But
Garen's also supposed to take Ignite normally.
yeah, also Ignite. And he's ridiculously overpowered right now. Like,
I mean, I don't disagree on him being strong.
yeah,
I don't think he's OP, though.
after the fucking attack speed buff on him that spins his E faster, it made it so oppressing. I don't know if this was kind of good or bad. I was kind of feeling out what she was gonna do.
Okay, so far. Everything was okay until you did this.
The dash back?
No, like walking into this wave difference. Because you only have 3 casters and she has way more minions. You're taking a lot of risk by going for that minion.
Yeah.
Which, you didn't play it very well, so you got away with it. Okay, so
I could probably position myself more aggressively in this position, in this situation. or state?
No. You should be like right here, and just not let her get anything.
If I stay right there, would the caster minions aggro on her if she auto attacks me?
No. But that's
Oh,
not a
so I
concern.
kite back
No,
when
no,
she
no.
does.
Okay, so what you need to understand is, first off, well, this is kind of separate, but you have 2 wards. So you need to be placing that here. But then, you can afford to be aggressive because you're a higher level than her. And you don't have to kite back because she has 97 mana.
Hmm. Does her skills cost a bit, much more mana than usual? Like, how many skills could you cast right now? Like the root, at least.
Her Q is 35, E is
35.
40. But
40,
regardless of what champion she is, when she's below 100 mana, she only can do 1, maybe 2 combos if it's a really low mana cost champion. There's no way that she threatens you. Especially since you have Grasp, so you have the advantage in the laning phase. So if you're gonna take Grasp, you need to actually benefit off of it. She shouldn't be getting any XP. Or at most, these 2 right here. Then you finally ward.
The ward is not that efficient, I believe.
Ward was fine. You're still giving her way too much space, though.
Yeah, that's because I'm not that familiar with. I don't even know what her kit actually does. Like, I know she has a root, and her ultimate is kind of a ridiculous knock up and stun. And she has a dash, but I'm not that familiar. Must be because of that.
Okay. But this has nothing to do with her abilities, though. If she has no mana, it doesn't matter what she does.
Yeah.
That's what I did when she first came out. I would just wait until she went and then kill her. I had no idea what Kiana did when she first came out, but I would still be able to win it. Because they would just burn all their spells.
Oh.
And that same kind of thing can be used for like Malphite or any other kind of champion that's really mana heavy. Malphite, Pantheon, stuff like that. It's a little bit harder with Malphite because you can't dodge his Qs. But,
Yeah.
Especially with Pantheon, you can.
Would a freeze benefit me in this situation? I had the opportunity to freeze the lane.
I mean, you can. I still think that just shoving it would be better. So, when she saw... Let's see. About right here. When she starts backing up, you just clear this all out and then shove the next wave because she doesn't have TP. It's going to be a lot better than freezing.
Yeah, but at this stage of the game, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Fiora, but no. By the time I clear up the second wave after this one, she would show up. Fiora without Tiamat is painfully slow in lane pushing.
Even with Q and E. At
Yes.
all of your abilities.
And this is a cannon minion too. Well, the cannon minion is almost dead, but it would still, like, by the time I'm about to finish, that's the best possible scenario. By the time I finished up the second wave, she would already show up. But even then, I wouldn't lose any CS, but I would give the opportunity to her on freezing the lane. And in this yellow, people sometimes do that, so I can't risk that.
Alright. We're gonna go off of that then. Then, sure, I guess freezing's fine. But it doesn't end up freezing anyway.
Oh, yeah, but I remember at this time I was looking down at bot lane. I think they were doing some weird stuff was happening in bot. Oh yeah, this is, well, she flashed anyways, but one of my problems with Fiora is but at least in the early game, most of the time I'm not able to proc the ultimate. The opponent would run away most of the time freely, even though I would land my E and W, I would stun them. I don't know what happened in that case. I somehow stunned her, even though I got stunned myself. I guess she hit me with the root too. There goes wall hogging. Yeah, I don't know how she died there. Like she took one more other hit than the turret. Like that shouldn't have happened. I guess it was either a minion. desperately trying to hit the bottom vital. Yeah, she took tower aggro. Why? I guess it was ignite.
Yeah, it probably was. If you had mana, you could have killed her here.
Yeah. Or if I would have hit the bottom vital, I believe. Oh no, she had red buff? What is that?
Wasn't looking good.
Or it's her passive or something, I don't know. It's probably her passive. She has this element system, right?
Corrupting potion.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, so this actually translated into me kind of getting a lead on Kiana. After this point, she wouldn't play as aggressive, I believe. And I would start to roam. I guess I'm at... Yeah, I was roaming. I was starting to roam here. Yeah, I just went straight down mid. For some reason. Or I TP'd in there, I don't know.
The problem with the TP play is that there was nothing to stop Yasuo from escaping.
Yeah. Well, I thought that if she ulted, because I waited for that ult specifically, because they would take him some time to complete. So maybe I could have caught him on that. That was my thought process. But it didn't turn out that good. Here comes the Ezreal with the Sheen, and next time I'm coming up against him, he's gonna have his Frozen Gauntlet, and I believe I kill him once. Yeah, here I will kill him. Yeah, he uses Z, and I go all in on him.
Team's turret has been
Your map has been dark for a very long time.
Yeah, I might have thought, okay, fuck it, I have to take this risk, otherwise nothing's gonna work out. Because bot lane was not that good, I think. Mid was kind of struggling.
So what does that have to do with taking an unnecessary risk?
Yeah, that's the point. I get frustrated at this point. Like, something has to happen, man. That's what I start to think. So I go for these desperate attempts at heroism, I guess.
So a lot of the reason why some low elo players get a lead within a game where their bot lane is behind and they lose is because of this. They get impatient, and so they end up throwing that lead instead of just playing it slower.
Yeah, however, that's the problem. I know how to play slow. I had those games too. Like, I went up against a couple of Renekton's. Most of the time, they beat me. I wouldn't give him any kills, but they would take turret because of a 3 or 4 man dive on top. And
Okay.
I would freeze the lane under my second tier turret. I would farm it like 1 or 2 waves really slow, denying anyone else any XP on the enemy team.
Okay.
But my team, they would go like chimpanzees on a, go around chasing everybody or forcing plays or pushing their lane, getting caught. So
Did you
if
ping them?
everyone would do that, yes, that's a good strategy. They do that in LCS too. But if I do it myself, no, it doesn't work.
You're getting playing passively confused with playing where everything is guaranteed. So, what I'm saying is that, yes, you push this turret, and it's technically a risk, but you should have vision the whole time that you're doing it.
Okay.
I'm not saying you just sit under your turret and then just hope your team wins. You have to be able to manage your risks.
Can I ask where you're from?
Southern US.
Southern US, yes. You have this lovely accent, though. That's why I asked. Yeah, no vision. Yeah, my TP is not up and they're going for Drake. Okay. Yeah, so this Ezreal kill was really risky. I probably have checked the map, but I didn't. Yeah, Volibear wasn't anywhere around that time, so it was still risky.
So let me get back to the time. A lot of jumps to it. There we go. Okay.
Right after he uses his E, because at that I know that moment. Once he used that E, I was like, oh my god, he has no escape anymore. I have to go in, and I just went straight in.
So before you even walk up to the minion wave, what should be your priority? In order to make sure that you're not giving up important things like your life objectives, etc.
Well, Rift Herald is up. Life objective. What truths now? I don't know. At this
You had
point,
part
I
of
was
it.
just. Excuse me?
You had part of it, the Herald. What about Herald?
Yeah, the Herald. Well, at this point, I was just, defending the top turret and kind of maintaining control on around the Rift Herald as much as I could. I was afraid of any. I'm afraid of any ADC because most of them. I don't know if this is in NA, but Gold Elo in EU West is kind of hard. Everyone knows how to kite. Everyone knows how to juke and dodge and has decent knowledge on every champion. So I was amazed when this Ezreal randomly used his E. So my thought process here was just I have to stay under this turret until I get an opening to go in on this Ezreal. I had nothing else in my mind.
Okay, so you did say stay under your turret, though, right?
Yeah.
So
Which probably is not the right thing to think about.
not necessarily saying it's bad per se. Just something you need to consider is that you're not controlling Rift Herald at all.
Yeah, I'm not controlling Rift Herald. The Volibear could be there right now doing it.
Yes.
And he would take it.
So how do you control Herald?
Yeah, let's say Volibear is there right now.
If he's there right now, you're screwed either way.
Yeah, I'm screwed. I can't do anything.
Right.
So what do I do?
Okay, you play assuming that he's not there. Well, it doesn't really matter either way. You'd still do the same thing. But what you need to be doing... Do what?
I have to go in on Ezreal, keeping in mind Volibear is there.
No. Okay, look.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say is you have a control ward on you.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm wanting you to do is just ward over the wall, nothing risky.
Into the pit.
Yes. So, if you see Volibear there, what do you do? Well, okay, let's say the Herald is low health.
Oh,
So, like, 2,000 HP or something.
I can't 2v1 them.
Right, so you
I
back
don't
up.
think... Yeah, I have to back up.
Right? Now, let's say you see Volibear, and it's at almost full health. Then what do you want to do?
I could kind of distract him, maybe hoping that something would happen, hoping that we make a mistake. But that's kind of flipping the coin, even then.
That is. So, basically, you just want to apply pressure. So, if you go onto Ezreal and get Ezreal to low HP, two things happen. He can't go...
I get Volibear's attention.
Yeah. He can't go and help on the Herald, and then it could potentially pull Volibear off the Herald. But even if it doesn't pull Volibear off the Herald, then you get a free chance to engage on the Ezreal. And you don't have to worry about jungle interference.
Hmm.
So that's what I was talking about, where you do need to take risks, but you need to be calculating before you take the risk. It should be always in your favor on the odds of it being successful. Now, if you screw up mechanically, it happens, but
Yeah.
in theory, it should go in your favor. Let's actually see where Volibear is. Ah, okay, so he's mid lane.
Yeah.
But you very much so could have died here.
Yeah.
Without even getting the kill.
Yeah. And I still could have warded Rift Herald. Oh, I wasn't thinking about it at that time, I guess.
Oh, also, so if Volibear is not on Rift Herald, I guess kind of either way. If he's not on Rift Herald here, where do you also need to be warding?
In his blue side jungle. But
Good.
2 turrets are gone. That would not be that great of an idea.
Right. So, well, one turret currently, but the main thing I was just getting at is like warding the river. So
Oh,
that if you decide to engage on Ezreal, you'll have vision while you're doing it. But obviously,
I was kind of backed up.
you don't want to
So
ward
the try
this because Volibear is not going to path this way to gank you. He's either going to go through here because you're going ham, or he's going to take some kind of safer route.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, for some reason, a party up top happens here. Yeah, they took Rift Herald.
Yep.
Yeah, this also happens in frequently, at least, not that often. I would split, and mid would be pressured, and I would, take advantage of that, and I would start splitting a side lane.
Okay.
All of a sudden, my whole team shows up with me.
Yeah.
Like especially on the inhibitor turrets. Like I would understand that, but for some reason they would meet up with me, and they would, and no split would continue after that. Do I switch lanes simply when that happens?
You can. I don't really like that option, but you can. Usually what I would do, because I did have that situation before, back when I was in like silver, gold, whatever. Say you're splitting bottom and they're coming from mid. The best you can do is just ping assistance on the mid lane turret and then back up. Unless you think that you can still take advantage of the 5v5, then you can stick with them, even if it's not necessarily optimal. But yeah, pretty much the best you can do is just ping assistance and then just stay backed up until eventually they leave. It's a rough situation, but
Yeah.
kind of gotta hope that they'll work with you.
Oh, I'm trapped in.
Okay, all this is fine.
Oh yeah, Drake time. I guess I die here. Oh no, we take the Drake. Wow. I believe it's at this point my team starts going cluelessly, just randomly around. I would split or push a side lane up into the yeah. I get the top inhibitor tower even, but at that point my team was just wandering around aimlessly, doing nothing, not even pressuring a lane, and I would get once again I would take risks. And I would get 4-man dive most of the time. Well, that happens only once, but
I guess we'll see when we get to that point.
yeah. Nah, I died.
I'm not sure what this was.
Yeah, I was trying to. They were pressuring mid, and instead of backing up with recall, I was trying to flank them, too aggressively, like straight through mid lane,
Yeah.
backdooring. That was what I was trying to do, but somehow they caught on to that, or they just came up totally by surprise, and yeah, they didn't plan it out. I guess they just were backing off. Oh, they had oh Jesus.
They had 2 wards in that bush.
Yeah. Or insult to injury. Wow.
Vision was very clear.
Yeah. Target acquired.
So, let's assume that they didn't have vision. And I might have to back
And they
it
were
up
backing
with
off. I would have backed off either because I was keeping. On these situations, I never look at the main screen. I always look at the minimap. I play on that minimap.
Destroyed.
I would have noticed by that point, but I should have noticed, I guess, because they were out of vision at that point.
So you've got Thresh, low health, Kha'Zix recalling. And they back you up if you flank.
Maybe Caitlyn and Zed, right? Just if 2 would back me up. Yasuo level 13, Caitlyn 11. What's
It's
my
4v3
level?
either way.
Yeah. So never do this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only time you want to flank is if you know that you have a numbers advantage, or if you're just like stupid fed, but you're only 4-0, so you can't make those kind of ballsy plays.
Yeah. Do you know how to play out Fiora? Not that fat Fiora. How does she? Well, what should she do in team fights? I'm kind of lost on that because I never joined team fights. Well, people say Fiora is bad anyways in team fights, but I'm forced. Sometimes I have to.
Yeah, generally she isn't great at team fighting.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're trying to achieve. If, let's say, if this Caitlyn is like 8-0, then you can peel for Caitlyn. Or basically just kill anyone that tries to kill her. Otherwise, when you're fed like this, just killing whoever is the closest is typically going to be your best option.
Oh, so she plays like an ADC in that sense? So no dives or flanking?
Well, it's just... I mean, you can dive if you feel confident in it, but
yeah, with
you're not
diving,
quite
the
an
problem-
assassin.
Yeah, I'm not an assassin. like I said in the beginning, even when I have all my skills up, killing someone takes a set amount of time. And that amount of time is just enough for anyone to crowd control me. Yeah, two-man dive. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, this was probably my mistake.
It was?
Or was it? Yeah, mid was always shoving.
Look how dark this map is.
Yeah, this was my mistake.
I don't think this is even your ward. I don't know whose this is, but...
No, that's mine.
Oh, it is your... Okay, it is your ward.
Yeah.
But, how much is this doing for you?
Usually I would put it in the bush. I would even put a pink ward in that bush all the time whenever I split push. But at that time I didn't have one, I guess. I put that ward on there just because of urgency. Because I thought the enemy team would pressure top or mid, and mid was. This was a desperate situation, man. Like mid inhib was about to go. I think that was 3 men were there, and they didn't even back up. I guess Wolbear just straight up went down, while Kiana recalled.
So, if there is so many mid lane, why do you need the ward?
I couldn't see Fiddlesticks, and I just skirmished him.
Is Fiddlesticks gonna kill you?
If he ults, yes, and he kills me one time with ult, and he has ignite too.
Okay, he has 5 and 5. Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Fiddlesticks was taking kills. Okay, that changes what I said.
Yeah. Also, I'm afraid of Fiddlestick. Even if he isn't fed, he could still kind of get close to killing me, because you'll see. I kill him once because I reposted his fear. The second time, he gets the hang of it and he waits for my riposte. After I use it, he kills me.
So, once you get this turret, what objective should be your priority?
I should push the remaining 2 lanes, mid or top. At this point, I think I should have backed and then pushed back mid.
If you go mid, that means you're team fighting.
Well, not until to the point where a team fight is going to happen. Just to make sure mid is kind of safe. The dragon is coming up.
So you're not saying taking the objective, you're just saying protecting your objective.
No, not necessarily protecting. Pushing mid lane until the midpoint of the map, because dragon is about to come up.
Yeah.
Or I could have walked back to the dragon. Straight away without recalling.
And then what would you do there?
Well, distract them, but my team wouldn't show up if I distracted a 4-man team in dragon.
Right, but the main thing is that you just want to have vision on it. Well, never mind, you have no ward yet. Crap. Well, you want to try to focus it later. So, because you have no wards, what dragon is coming up, and what dragon is that? Okay, yeah, Infernal.
Infernal, yeah.
You need to be immediately resetting after the turret, and then looking to go down there if possible. But,
well, I am in pretty healthy condition here. Mana is almost full.
You were healthy.
Yeah. I should have backed off as soon as I took the tower. Wow. That ignite killed me. It wasn't that Kiana and Volbear was strong, it was just the ignite. Because I couldn't heal. Gosh dang it. And this happens most of the time as well. Like those two fights in the jungle were completely unnecessary.
Well, you got a bounty out of it.
Yeah, no, unnecessary in the sense that there wasn't even any jungle camps up. Like there was
Yeah.
nothing to gain from that fight in a objective sense.
I think Drake was up.
No, they took the Drake. It happened after
Okay,
Drake.
yeah, it was after Drake. Yeah. Okay, so that's just Kha'Zix hinting.
Yeah, like the blue team, I would understand. They're going like, they have the upper hand. They would try to, make cheese plays. But my team, this happens in most of the games too. Like, I would be in the losing team, and they would still go back into the jungle just to pick on these fights. And I don't know what to do. Fiora in the jungle terrain is terrible. I can't use my ult in the jungle because wall hugging is so much easier in there. So
So if this is such a bad idea, why didn't you ping Kha'Zix?
well, I could have probably pinged him. Yeah, well, not in
No.
this game, I guess. I didn't. In this game, at this point, I lost all my hope. Like, okay, we're gonna lose. Let's try my best. I didn't care that much at that point.
You say that, but looking at how this Ezreal's playing, and just the general mistakes that the enemy team is making, your team isn't that far behind.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
But your mental is gone because of
Yeah.
a teammate dying.
Yeah,
So
my
you're
mental is
not
gone because
controlling.
nobody cared about the objectives. Like, I don't know if you can check the stats on the replay. I was the only one that did any damage to turrets. Nobody else had even auto-attacked a turret in this game. I took 4 turrets. Well, 4 turrets, I guess. Maybe 5.
Explain to me how they're gonna hit a turret when they're having to defend mid lane.
Yeah, well, that's also another point. But, well, when I believe it was here. I would push this wave again. And my team, look at Zed. Like, what is he doing there? He's just waiting. Trying to hunt down this Yasuo. Like, man, push mid. Like,
Okay,
I don't know.
why aren't you pinging that?
Well, I'm. Yeah, you're right.
So, what you did wrong right here. You brought 4 people bottom,
Yeah.
and you didn't ping Baron once.
I believe you can't check chat, right?
No.
Yeah. I believe I've typed it.
While you were
I said-
fighting?
No, not fighting. Before Fiddle shows up once, he goes back. At that point, I think I typed it. I typed Baron, like repeatedly.
I'm guessing maybe here? I don't know.
around this time,
Yeah.
either before that or after that, because. Not here. I would never type when someone's someone's behind me. It could have, well, I most likely did it, but once they killed me, I would have tried. I'd probably typed in Baron here too.
Yeah,
And
but
they
it's too late
don't
once you're
even-
dead.
Yeah, they react like 10 to 15 seconds later,
Because you didn't tell
and
them
at that
ahead of
point I
time.
said, no, go back, because it was too late at that point.
So, the issue is, if I personally have chat off, but if you're gonna use chat,
No, I mute all, but I
Okay.
still type in like really gorilla like, words.
wait, so,
Like
okay,
Baron.
okay, hold on. So you mute your team, but type?
Yeah, I should have probably pinged. Yeah.
So, yeah, I either have chat off and just ping, or if you're gonna use chat, then have your team's chat on.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense
Well,
to have it one-sided.
I had a I had a question. I forgot it. Ping what? Yeah, this game is pretty much over at this point, I guess. Yeah, we're at the end of the replay anyway.
It wouldn't have been if you had gotten them to get the Baron.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, what I should be seeing right now is you spam pinging that your teleport is up and spam pinging assistance on the Baron. And then going in a little bit aggressively, even if you have to die, that's fine. As long as you see them going for Baron. And then it's all good. However, what you do, if you don't see them going towards Baron, you don't do this.
Yeah, because they might show up.
Right. So, what do you do if you don't see them going for Baron because their brains are lagging?
I kind of play I don't back off completely, but I either stay in that bush, in the lane bush, if it's too hot, or I kind of show up on middle Fiddlestick's face, but not engaging.
So, well, if my mouse would move, I could draw it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you're standing around in this general area.
Yeah, sometimes I go into the bush too.
Yeah. So, that's what I need to be seeing anytime you're in this kind of scenario. You can't blame your team when you do this.
Yeah. Here comes the bear now. Anytime now.
Well, you get a Yasuo friend first.
Oh. with the shiny lightsaber sword or whatever.
Okay. Then your team does that feed and stuff.
Yeah. The game, they take Baron and then they just rush in through mid and finish the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
What's
this
wrong
point, I
right
should have.
now?
Yeah.
So what you should be doing?
I should be hanging around base, getting a beer,
Not tilt
and I'm still
splitting.
pushing down bot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At this point, I was like, okay, one last final push. First to the base wins.
Oh,
Or we
yeah,
want-
you're definitely going to outrace the Baron buffs.
Yeah. At this point, I was checked out, pretty much. And Fiddle waited for my riposte there. That's something I remember.
Okay. So let's say instead of being bottom, What if you went, cleared this wave, and then ran away? How did they
Yeah.
kill your turret?
Yeah, in a even game, that's what I would have done. I would clear a lane or possibly 2 lanes if I can, up until to the midpoint, or at least until I clear out the turret. I would do that. But at this point, I realized, yeah, my team is not going to do much because.
Because you're not shot.
But that was my thought process. I'm not blaming my team right now, but at that time, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah, game's over.